You're listening to the Anxiety Ridden Moms Club,
the podcast for moms who love their kids deeply and still feel anxious, exhausted, and overstimulated.
Here, we talk about the messy stuff, the thoughts we don't say out loud, the pressure to do it all, and the journey back to ourselves.
Progress over perfection, always.
Let's go. Welcome back to the Anxiety Ridden Moms Club. And before we start, I'm going to call out the fact that for 35 weeks straight, we dropped an episode on Wednesday night for you guys to listen to until this week, because Gina and I are
technically challenged sometimes.
You can't say that when I work for a tech company.
She's still learning, and it's obvious.
I'm new here. I was on the phone with an engineer this week, and he was like, click this and click that and inspect this. And he laughed and he goes, isn't it funny that we work for a tech company? We have no idea what we're doing. I've never heard anything more true in our lives. So we're technically challenged, and yeah, it's not easy. So first and foremost, we want to apologize that we are a few days late. But here we are. And
right. So let's get into this episode.
And this episode is different. We're not teaching. We're not fixing. We're not giving a list of things you should be doing better.
This is not a glow up episode. This is a where are you actually standing right now episode.
And if you're listening while folding laundry, driving, or hiding in the bathroom, this is for you.
We're calling this a real-time identity reset. Not who you want to be, not who you were, who you are right now.
Scary. I'm scared.
I think this is going to be very interesting personally.
Have anxiety right here in this moment. I have anxiety just thinking about
it. Well, you're not supposed to be overthinking or judging, you know?
Just honest answers. Let's go. But just remember, whatever comes up, you're not broken. This is information, and that is it. We recently had a episode on emotional intelligence, and we kind of did a,
which I love,
survey, if you will. Yes, which I love too. And it reminds me of Cosmo magazine. Remember back in the day when you used to like get a magazine?
I don't know, because I didn't give two shits about magazines.
Oh, well then it was
they
probably
were just full of dumb shit most of the time.
No, you would read surveys. Does he really love me?
I do remember those. I had several friends that were very, very, very into those. So the only thing I probably ever did with that was exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
Take this stupid little quiz that was full of shit, but yes.
Find out if he loves you.
Right.
So it's kind of, yeah, I'm channeling that into this episode.
Oh, then I'm not supposed to say I don't like it.
It's all good.
Okay.
Question 1. When life feels heavy, you default to being the fixer. You handle it so no one else has to. B, the strong one. You don't fall apart until you're alone. C, the avoider. If you don't look at it, it can't hurt. Or D, the performer. You keep it together so no one worries.
Oh, E, all of the above.
That is 100%.
I am all of the above.
I'm
going to fix everything so nobody else has to. And to be honest with you, a little bit of that is my control problems that we've discussed in the past, because I feel like I do it better than everybody else. I am the strong one. I feel like I definitely am very big about you don't fall apart until you're alone. People are not going to see me sit around and get sad and upset. Like that's my own personal business, none of yours. I avoid. If you don't look at it, it can't hurt. I do avoid. Avoiding is a blessing. And the performer, you keep it together so no one worries. 100%. 100%. E, all of the above.
E, all of the above. I agree. At work this week, we had a fire every single day this week, which at our old job, we had to fire 50 times a day. So like one a day is like still a walk in the park. And my boss is like, I can't, we all work remotely. And she's like, I can't tell. Are you always this happy? Okay.
No.
Step 1.
Can I talk to your boss?
That is the first time anyone in my whole entire life has said that to me. And I literally just looked at her and I said, no, I'm faking it. I said, for real. I said, but I have the ability to because, like I work from home so I can be,
Yeah.
and then I can just put it on. So performative, if you will. It is what it is, but it did make me smile.
That is
And that particular day I had a headache from hell. So I literally said, no, I'm faking it. I can't even open my eyes without my head hurting right now. This is all pretend. But anyway.
Well, okay. So to these questions, though, we have to make sure we just pick one. Pick the one that hits the most to you, though. Let's talk about that.
And we want you to take this too. So pay attention. Let's go. A, the fixer. You handle it so no one else has to. B, the strong one. You don't fall apart until you're done. C, the avoider. If you don't look at it, it can't hurt the performer. You keep it together so no one worries.
Okay. So what's really your one? Even though we've both said E, all the above, what really is your number one?
I don't know. A. I'm going to go with A, the fixer. You handle it so no one has to.
Yeah. I can see that about you. Okay, and I would pick B. I'm a strong one. And I feel like that role kind of started really early for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say I'm the strong. I'm so strong.
You are strong.
Sturdy.
Tiny, but mighty.
Right.
Okay, number 2. What's actually running you?
Okay, question 2 then is, lately the emotion driving most of your decisions is A, anxiety, B, guilt, C, resentment, D, numbness.
A. Mine's anxiety.
I could, yeah, 100%. Hello.
That's why we're here. The Anxiety Ridden Moms Club. Hello.
I honestly, I would say anxiety, but I would probably go with B, guilt. I would go with guilt for sure. I think that there's definitely guilt.
Really?
Yeah. I always feel, I don't know. I have guilt. I hold a lot of guilt.
About what?
Even this is one thing we were at my one of our friends' house we were close to, and we were, I don't know, talking about all sorts of stuff with kids and everything. And he sometimes, I love my friend. He's the greatest thing. But there are times where he wants to see like what gets you mad or what gets you crying or something. Because otherwise,
it's rude.
He's just one of those people. I guess it's entertaining to him. But so we have a lot of definitely good talks at their house. And one thing he even brought up was like the kids and the situations, and especially from divorce situations and stuff like that. And I just hold a ton of guilt that Austin had to go through that back and forth, the dysfunction that it brought into his situation for him personally and how it affected him. And because of that, I tend to feel very protective of him, where like, Kylie even gave me a hard time. She's like, well, that's because he's your favorite. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not true. I truly can tell you, I don't have a favorite child. I have favorite things about each one of them more than I would say, oh, I just love this one the most. You know what I mean? It's not true. I love some.
Well, yeah, that's weird.
But I could see how it could happen. Like you might have an asshole kid and one that's great. So like, I could see you might be like, well, it's kind of my favorite. And, they're not an ass like the other ones. But but because of it, I think I'm just more protective over him because I feel very guilty that I'm the one who chose to have him in a broken situation. So I just think guilt is something that kind of drives what I do. I think guilt is what stemmed me. You know how, like I told you before, anxiety, I think, is your power, like your anxiety. Sometimes a lot of people think of anxiety as a negative. And to me, I think you can utilize it for so much positive, and it can drive you. You can take anything that you have as a weakness and turn it into your strength and utilize it in the right way. It can be where you're like, yeah, I got anxiety and sometimes it sucks, but as a whole, it has really benefited me. So like, even I think for you at work, when we were competing against things, even though there's probably times that you spiraled or had your issues with it, I think at the end of the day, but it also is what drove you to like do well. Like I'm gonna figure this out. I may spiral while I'm doing it, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna figure it out. And for me, I just think it was that guilt that I had especially while Austin was young, And it still bugs me to this day. I don't think I'll ever let it go. But in some ways, I don't think I need to let it go. It's something that I created. It's a decision that I made. And I did the decisions based on what I thought was right, no matter how anybody wants to view that. But I still feel horrible about it. But in turn, I think it drove me to be like, I want to be the best mom. I want to do the best I can for my life in my house with my kids. And I wanted to do well at my job. And because I think it's just that way, it's like almost like you put the cherry on the top of your bullshit.
Right. Right.
I coated that with some whipped cream and a cherry and a little chocolate sauce. All of a sudden, that shit pile that I just handed you, it just smells like chocolate and whipped cream.
There you go.
So I would say guilt for sure.
Gosh, this is one that I A, B, and C at least. And I feel like, as far as anxiety goes, it's not allowed panic. Quiet scanning. Like I'm waiting for the next shoe to drop. I hear what you're saying about anxiety and anxiety driving you to be a high performer. And I've actually read studies and different things about that, like anxiety and ADHD and all of that linking to being a high performer.
Yep. Yeah, because ADHD people, a lot of kids that are like that, I mean, honest to God, when they get focused in and driven in, they are hyper focused in, and then they have the energy to like go along. It's crazy.
Yes.
Like they can do a lot, and they're very smart. So it's just channeling it the right way.
For sure. And then guilt. Guilt creeps up on me, and I think I'm gonna combine like B and C, resentment. Like I still hold a lot of resentment to and for my last company and for the people a part of that company, people that I worked with for 15 years and supported for 15 years and would have, gave my blood, sweat, and tears to. And then, at the end of my career, I talked to maybe, 5 to 10 of them still on a weekly basis. And I'll drive by the store that was my idea, the store that we started because it was in the, my backyard. And it's like, I feel used almost, that it's like you got, and I gave it everything I had for 15 years, that sometimes I look at my kids. Like yesterday I was at a talent show, and I'm like, how many years I sat here like disengaged and not paying attention because I was so worried about work. Like I feel major resentment, just like, damn, I gave it all I got and I will never, ever, ever again, like be in that situation. And then I feel guilty. I look at my kids and I'm like, man, there's so much that I could have done different. And I try to not live in that because everything happens for a reason and every season happens for a reason. And like, even
every bad thing, you got to find the positive to it.
Yeah. And when I look at it that way, like I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have probably been as driven or even had like the job I have now. We're talking about introducing KPIs and different things like I wouldn't have a freaking clue what we were talking about had I not worked where I worked at the last, it taught me some business skills and it taught me different things. So like looking at the positive of that, but my God, I have a lot of resentment. Like I see the name of that company and I just go from 0 to 100 and I just want to tell everyone to fuck off. Like I hate you. I hate what you did. I hate, and so, yeah, that was my long answer, but I'm definitely driven by anxiety more so. The others just kind of like creep in, I guess, if you will. So, okay. Question 3. When you make a decision for yourself, do you usually A, second guess it immediately, B, explain it to everyone, C, ignore your gut and do what's expected, D, follow through even when it's uncomfortable?
You make a decision for yourself. Ooh.
I'll go. B, explain it to everyone. When I make a decision, I make a decision. But then it's like I need reassurance and I won't waver. Like I make my decision and that's my decision. But then I try to like justify it to everyone else, which at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they think. It was my, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So mine's mine's explain it to everyone and try to get their buy-in.
I definitely would say I ignore my gut more than I should. There's so many times actually that I do have where I know in my gut what I should be doing, but then I also know what is expected of me. And then I sometimes turn away from that, which, yeah, I probably ignore my gut more than I should. Way more than I should, actually.
Even as moms, you've got that mom instinct. Listen to it. It's there for a
Oh,
reason.
yeah. Now, that I will say when it comes to being a mom, that's probably not, that's when I'll listen to my gut and tell everybody fuck off, because I know. I know my gut speaks the right stuff. And I know that I have, I feel very confident in when it comes to kids. I think it's because I feel the most, like, I love kids. Like, even my my daughter-in-law and we've talked throughout the times, since they're on their third anyways, we've done plenty of talks about kids. And I had told her even before, I'm like, babies, like, they're cute and all, but they're kind of boring to me because they just, they poop, they throw up, they sleep. They're just kind of boring. So for me, I'm like, just go to sleep. It's good. Here, feed your bottle. Let's get you a nice clean diaper. Oh, you're so cute. Now go night night. Because, like, you're just kind of boring. I can't play with you really, Like, I like you when you get a little bit older. But I also know that when it comes to babies, I'm very good with them. Like, they just, like, listen to my voice. Like, I just feel like I know how to talk to them. So I love it. So I just feel like I kind of, like, it's just my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's my thing. I even like kids when they get older. I like I don't know. I even like bad kids. So I go with my gut. But everything else in my life, I don't. Especially if I'm choosing some shit for myself, I don't. Yeah, no. No.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll give the example that Nora came to me crying because someone, of course, said something awful about her. And they did it in a way that was like mimicking something that happened in like the Mean Girls movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of this podcast and because of all of the social media work that I do, I immediately just I was like, I'm going to make a TikTok about it because I know all you people watch my TikTok. So I'm going to make a TikTok and let you know that we know what you did. And I was going to post that TikTok, but then I texted it to you and I texted it to my family chat. I'm like, is it wrong of me to post this TikTok? And I know it probably wasn't the most mature thing to post the TikTok. I didn't tag anyone in the TikTok, but it didn't matter if Jesus told me not to post the TikTok. I made up my mind that I was posting that TikTok. And I know that if Jade listens to this episode, she's going to shake her head because she told me not to do it, to take the high road. But I posted it anyway. And I got like 1,000 views on it because apparently bullying,
Yeah, it's a problem.
It's a problem. And it hit home with a lot of people, which makes me happy that I did post it. But it didn't matter who told me not to post it. I was posting it to prove a point. Like, I don't know why people and this isn't just kids, it's adults too. Why does everyone have to be so gosh darn hateful? But we'll talk about that probably in the next episode, our next week's episode. I really want to dive into you are who you hang out with. You are who you hang out with, and get to the root of why people are so hateful. I think that can be a whole episode in itself.
Oh,
but
yeah, for sure. And you are for sure who you hang out with. Okay, go on. All right, let's see. Question 4. At the end of most days, you feel A, mentally fried, B, emotionally drained, C, physically exhausted, D, quietly proud but tired.
I wish I was D. I wish I was quietly proud but tired.
Yeah, I wish I was that too. So what are you? A, B.
C, physically exhausted.
You're physically exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm A, mentally fried for sure. Which just tells me I do carry a lot in my head. I think that's why I wake up in the middle of the night and shit's going through my head. What I needed to do, what I should have done. What do I need to fix? Who pissed me off that I want to wish I would have said something different. And then all of a sudden I get like songs from the 80s. I'm sitting there jamming. I'm like, shut up.
Why is this happening? I have had the most bizarre dreams or nightmares lately. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's a reflection of like,
Have you ever looked your dreams up? In fact, you saying this is so funny because like my husband, I think it was like a week or so ago, he tells me, he's like, okay, I got to tell you something. Now he's had this dream before. Okay. He's like, I swear to God, it's just disgusting. And I'm like, what? And he goes, I'm like, we were, I don't know. And I know I'm going to botch some details because I only remember the main thing about this whole deal. But like we were somewhere or whatever. And all of a sudden he said, there's 2x4s and he starts eating them.
he's eating
He's
2x4s.
eating 2x4s and he says, and then he starts vomiting because it's so disgusting. And he's like, seriously, it's got to mean something. Who in the hell is eating 2x4s and then vomiting it up? And it has to do with responsibility and feeling like kind of almost like you're on overload. And that's why he picked a object that's hard like that and the taste of wood, that it tastes bad. And the vomiting is to release. Oh yeah, it was a whole thing. I looked it all up. Very interesting. Sometimes when you have a stupid dream, you should look it up. It's pretty interesting. And it's true because he just got to where he's now taking care of our granddaughter and I said, and it all made sense. It kind of like tied it into what's going on that's changed. What's happened in your life that you feel like more responsibility.
Well, yeah,
And
taking care of it.
And all of a sudden he's like, well, yeah, I mean, he's always been that way. Like around the kids when they're little, he's a worry wart anyways. He worries about everything. So having her, he loves. And on the other hand, he's a worry wart. And so kind of made sense. But who the hell eats wood and vomits but my husband? But yeah, it's not the first time he's done it. But I guarantee there's another life-changing thing that happened when that happened.
See, when I had a high stress career, like I can totally, like I would have a nightmare that like my teeth fell out and like it would correlate to something else. But like last night, and I woke up several times and I went back to bed and I kept like the dream continued on. And it's so ignorant. Have you watched McBee Dynasty?
No.
Okay, it's ridiculous and it's reality TV. And I think that I took a liking to it because it's filmed, like their farm is in Northwest Missouri.
You just took to it because it's probably stupid.
And dramatic. Yeah.
Yes, and drama filled.
But I just like, it's Northwest Missouri. So they go to Kansas City all the time. And and that's what I used to do is go to whatever. And I've had my friends from Kansas City on the mind lately. One of them, we are looking at tickets to go to the Pitbull Little John concert in Kansas City. I'm so excited. Shout out to Cherie, who's a new listener to the podcast.
I should make you take my daughter. She'd love to go there.
Oh my gosh, so much fun.
If she wants to go, I'll get her a ticket and you can take her.
Yes, I would, for real. And they're cheaper in Kansas City. But anyway, so I don't know if it's because I had Kansas City on the brain. I don't know what was happening, but I was in a relationship with Cole McBee, which is like getting married and has a kid. So like not, whatever. And he was cheating on me. And like, it was the most bizarre with his wife. Like, what in the world? Fiance. Like, that doesn't mean shit. That can't mean shit. Like, I don't.
I think sometimes that's a lot of stuff though. Just because we're watching movies, I tend to have a lot of more of my dreams are nightmares, and usually if you like pay attention to what I'm watching, it has something to do with why I'm dreaming that.
I couldn't get away from it. Like I said, I even woke up and then
it starts back up right when you go back to sleep. Yeah.
And then this last time I was like, damn, like am I manifesting like Cole to pop up in my life? Like, I don't know what's happening. I haven't even watched the show. It's like on break. A new season's coming, but I haven't even
You're
seen
just
anything.
That excited about it.
I must be. But he better be faithful to his fiance at least.
Right, exactly.
Might not be in my dreams, but at least like, come on, that's not cool. I don't know. It's my freaking mind is crazy. Or maybe because, work used to be drama for me and now work's not drama. So now I have to manifest drama in my dreams to be entertained. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it could be. You like the entertainment as often as possible. Even when you go to sleep, you manifest good dreams of drama.
I guess. Okay. The truth question. The version of you that feels furthest away right now is A, the rested version, B, the confident version, C, the joyful version, D, the unapologetic version.
Oh, this one's easy. The rested version.
You feel like the rested version is so far away.
Yes. I feel confident. I feel joyful. I'm unapologetic. Everybody can go blow, but I don't feel rested. That's why I think I talk all the time about when the hell am I going to get to retire? I want to retire because then maybe I'll get to rest.
So please share us out. please share this podcast out. Please help us grow.
Yes.
Because this doesn't feel like work. This is fun. Well, until we botch an episode or you can't hear. So our whole last episode was just me talking to myself because you couldn't hear Gina's mic. It was a real clusterfuck, let me tell you.
And you know that without me, it's just not as fun.
It's just me bitching. It was just me bitching about my previous week in life.
But that's true to us as women. Even my like I said, my husband's got my granddaughter, and the other day she just babbles like for a whole hour. She'll just sit and babble and talk and babble and babble and babble and babble and babble. And at one point he looks at her and he goes, "Now see, we've now turned where I don't really think you're talking. You're just complaining." And she wasn't whining. It was that typical like, you know what I mean? Where you're like, well, she's a girl. She's got to do her bitching at least a little bit every day.
Yes. So for me, I'm going to say it's the confident version. I have lost it somewhere.
You did? That's horrible.
Yeah.
We have to get it back. That's the one thing I will say is that I think is you have to have confidence to really be truly even find the most joy.
It was my job. It was my divorce. It was everything came at me at once. And now this podcast has definitely helped and is definitely breaking me out of my shell. And like, I'm putting videos online I would never put online. And I'm, admitting things that I would never admit out loud. And it's definitely like pulled it out of me. But like, I want to be a turtle and retreat to my shell. Like I don't, and that was never me before. Like, and now I just feel like I have to like really, really try to have that confidence.
It's have you watched the show Found on Netflix?
I love that show.
So that guy that like sits at home and he can't leave his house?
Yeah.
Okay. I always watch him and my heart breaks for the guy that he's like, in his home.
It's like a phobia.
Yes. Yeah. And it's whatever traumatic thing. I don't remember exactly what his trauma was, but whatever traumatically happened to him is what turned him into that or whatever. But I also feel like even like COVID and all that has done that so much to so many people too. And I just think in general that confidence is the fastest thing it can be stolen from anybody, whether it's from work or a job happens to us, a relationship happens. You know what I mean? I just think confidence can be taken easily. People might argue that it would be joy, but I don't agree with that. I believe it more stems from confidence. If you're not joyful, it's because you're struggling with confidence.
Yeah.
Would you agree or don't agree?
I do agree. And I think it's anxiety too. It's like I want to not give a fuck what people think. And I don't know how you get rid of that gene. But if I could take those genes off and but like we've talked about this before, I am seeing some of my issues in my child now. And I can tell her, you just can't care. You stop caring what they think. And then at the same time, I'm like, well, I don't want to post that because people will, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
what will people think?
Yeah. So I definitely think that that's where
Listen, I look at it like this. There's people out there that we might do a podcast. I mean, we might do a TikTok or even a podcast, but I mean, we might do like a TikTok or something like that. Like the stupid one that you decided to post of me where I sent you that AI one where I'm doing that dumb
Oh my God, I love it so much.
Believe me, there's plenty of people I'm sure if they don't like me would probably make fun of me. But if they don't like me, I don't like you. Anybody doesn't like me, I don't like you either. Just so you know. In case you were wondering.
We're going to talk about that in the next episode specifically.
And that's how you become confident. There you go. See, it's not about that she has to just like not care. She has to realize that the people that don't like her, she doesn't like either. So what does it matter? If I don't like you and you don't like me, what you became irrelevant at that moment. Now, if I liked you and we were close friends and blah, 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 and then all of a sudden you were a bitch one day, and then all of a sudden I thought, oh my God, why is she a bitch? And it's going to upset me and I'm going to cry in the room. Okay, fine. But even at some point you have to come to terms with it. Either the relationship ended and you're just a bitch and that's all there is to it. And I need to move on. And I need to find that if you don't like me, then why would I like you? That's even something my husband always tells me. Somebody doesn't like me. Hello, why would I like them? I don't give two shits. And he's, cold-hearted. You could be his best freaking friend. You turn on him to be like, you don't like him. He'll be like, go fuck yourself. He does not care. He will bury you tomorrow and never look back. He does not care. And so for me, I feel like it's the whole, you have to realize that the people you don't like, that don't like you, you don't like them.
That's some real BDE right there. Do you know what BDE means? Big dick energy.
If I could just flop that puppy on the table.
There's a whole song about big dick energy. And speaking
and
of,
I have it.
Yeah, you do. You do. I used to. I don't. I'll never forget. So Cherie, my friends Cherie and Kirsten, that I met through the job, and those are two people that I still continually talk to. And we had went to a Chiefs game together, and they're like, "You got to play Big Dick Energy," and I'm like, "What?" And so we sat in the parking lot and listened to Big Dick Energy before we went into the game. So we took Big Dick Energy into the game, and yeah, I freaking loved it. I need to play that song every morning when I wake up.
We should be playing that before our podcast. Yes. Maybe that's how we should have our music leads us in to start.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, you'll have to listen to the song. It's freaking hilarious. I mean, and it's everywhere now. Like, I'm sure we'll have to do a TikTok with Big Dick Energy, but yeah,
right.
that's what it is. That's what it is. So let's look back at our answers. Whatever letter you chose most, that's not a diagnosis. It's a starting point.
Okay. Survival mode. Mostly A's. If you're here, you're not failing. You're surviving.
The invisible weight. Mostly B's. You're functioning, but you're carrying things you were never meant to hold alone.
Disconnected is mostly C's. You adapted so well, you disappeared.
Reemerging. Mostly D's. This means something is already shifting, even if it feels fragile. So the moral of this story is I'm in survival mode. I have invisible weight. I'm disconnected, but I'm reemerging because I feel like I had all of the above, baby. All of those emotions in this body. And sometimes I just have to scream. I'm also going to shout out my friend Kaylee, who used the words perimenopausal to me. And I was like, oh my God, is that what's happening? Because I feel emotions running through my veins faster than they ever have before. And I can go from like happy to crying or
all over the place.
Violent.
Now, I am actually in menopause. Yay for me. Shout out to all the menopausal women in the world. And I will say I have actually done quite well, although I do believe in hormonal therapy. And just so you ladies know, if you're acting nuts, get the patch, get a shot, do something. But so I do think I'm better. But I did have one day where I was like, got super angry at my husband, like psycho kind of angry over something you're getting mad at. I would have gotten mad at him, but I normally would not have been like a psychopath over it. After that day, I immediately next day called my doctor and said, I think maybe I need to have an appointment and talk to you about this. And then I went and talked to her. I'm like, okay, I'm just curious because I know I'm in menopause. I kind of flip my shit. I don't know. So she told me I need to probably go make sure that they just check my hormone level again, because she said you change throughout your whole menopause time. Even when you're in menopause, I guess it keeps changing or whatever. And I said, I'm like, okay, but then will it like help and this will all go away and I won't ever act psycho again? And she said, whatever happens to you during menopause is your new normal. That's that crazy.
That's fucking scary.
Thank God, though, the outburst only happened once. But anyways, just had to share that.
To my roommates, the people that live with me, I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm just going to be a fucking psychopath.
For the rest of my life, obviously, because once you hit menopause, you're fucked.
Damn.
Okay. Let's see. We want to say this clearly. Rebuilding does not mean becoming someone new.
Or maybe it does. We just learned. But it means remembering who you were before you learned to be smaller, quieter, or stronger than you should have had to be.
This week, don't fix your answers. Just notice them.
And if you want, please send us your letters. Just the letter, no explanation. We would love to know what category you land. And we created The Village, the anxiety-ridden moms club, The Village Facebook group.
Get on it.
Yes. And this is going to be our place to vent, to discuss results. If you want to put your letter on there, we'll go ahead and comment. But we started a group because one, the Facebook algorithms like groups, but also we wanted a safe place. Like if you're having a bad day or something hilarious happened, have you ever been in those moments where something funny happens and you're like, I really want to tell someone, but so-and-so's at an event or whatever, like tell us. We want to know. We just feel like it's a place for the village to really come together and be able to share the wins, the losses, and help each other through our anxiety journeys. So get on our Facebook group, The Village. Give us your number. Give us your letter, not your number. Because we didn't talk about numbers. We talked about letters. Whatever.
All right. Well, you're not late. You're not behind.
You're rebuilding. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for spending time with us.
Take what you need, leave what you don't, and be gentle with yourself. And if you want to stay connected, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at the ARMC.
And remember, you're not broken, you're becoming.
We'll see you next time.